Mm-mm-mm. Nothing like a fresh coffee in the morning. Am I right? Hello everyone, welcome back to All of Fabric 5 with me, Kmbles. What's that? Oh, it's just my broomstick. You want to take it for a spin? It's really fast. Yeah, for those who caught the last episode, this is how we ended. We got this amazing new broomstick. And the best thing about it is, it even freaking works underwater. Not only that, but in between episodes and a bit of ship raiding, I also found this snorkel here, which might look a bit ridiculous, but it gives us infinite underwater breathing. Sadly, it takes up the same slot as our night vision goggles, so it's really one or the other. I think for now, I'd rather be able to see properly. And I'm sure the night vision goggles work much better for the YouTube compression too. Boop, 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 boop. So the plan for today is I think we'll probably just jump back into modern industrialization here. This was from a couple episodes back. We managed to get ourselves a bit of a bronze setup with what's this called, a coke oven. And if you look at the book here, you'll see we're actually incredibly close to getting the quarry. Infinite resources. Yes, please. The quarry is pretty sick. Like, this guy will just work for us. I want to say non-stop, but you'll see there's a 1% chance that this drill head can break, so we'll have to have a big supply of them. But it gives us access to basically all these things passively. Iron and coal will be nice, and, redstone, etc. Sadly, it doesn't dig up diamonds. For that, you have to, get through to the electric age. And then up here into the steel drill, I think. Yeah, we're a little bit away from that yet. If we can at least unlock the bronze and copper drill bits for today, I think that'll be a day well spent. That'll also mean that we can upgrade all of our bronze tools here, which are processing our ores and things like that. We'll be able to upgrade them to steel, which is super handy. So yeah, that's why I've stockpiled quite a large amount of coke, and I just ground down a whole bunch of iron that we had into iron dust. You can turn that into... That's better. There's a bit of a delay there. You can turn that into uncooked steel dust. Smelt this up, and you get yourself some steel, baby. We also thought ahead and fired up a whole bunch of these fire clay bricks here, which we need to set up the steam blast furnace. And the uncooked steel dust is just, the regular furnace just isn't hot enough. You need a steam blast furnace. So we've got to make one of these guys. And with all that set up and automated, we'll have heaps and heaps of resources coming in from the quarry, and we'll need to store it somewhere. I was tempted to go with the crude storage units from Tech Reborn because they've got a bit more going on with their interface. Not that I understand all this yet, but it seems like you can do much more with them. And to be honest, they just look so much nicer than this texture. It's a pretty ugly texture. It looks like a honey block. I don't mean any offense, but since we're using modern industrialization to dig up all our resources, I say we stay loyal and use MI to also store them. He agrees. Something we didn't do last episode was open these crates that we got from our fishing quests a little while ago. So I figured I may as well do that on camera. So let's just quickly open up these crates, see what fishing gave us, and then hand you those chests. Seaweed. All right, no big surprises there. Salmon crate. Okay, I was going to craft one of those today. It looks like I don't need to anymore. Oh, it's just a plushie. I thought it had gifted us a dragon. Got overly excited then. And what are we unlocking here? The vacuum hopper. I was getting a little frustrated with my really low supply of feathers and things, so I just set up a vacuum hopper here. And these guys have eaten through a whole stack. And periodically I just come through here and take care of some of them, let them breed back up. Oh, sorry guys. Before we jump into the basement and get started with the modern industrialization upgrades, getting ourselves a quarry. You'll remember last episode I had to end it quite abruptly, and I didn't really explain what I did here to be able to summon the demon and get ourselves the demon heart, which we needed for the broomstick here. So that's how you get it back. Look at this mess that the demon left behind. What a jerk. I'm quite tempted to go around and replant all these trees. But then the next demon I summon in will just do the same thing. So the way you perform rituals and summon things in like demons is you have to have this altar here. So when you have an altar with a carpet on top of it, it becomes a proper witch altar. And you'll see it has an ME number attached to it. So this ME at the moment is 378. That number is affected by a whole bunch of things, including having a sword on it. Now it's gone up to 554. Having something like a head. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to put the head on. I think that's a multiplier. So now it's ×2 growth. So it's regenerating the ME. It's regenerating that at twice the amount. And the third thing we had on there was a sword, wasn't it? No, candelabra. Some kind of light source. So that has kicked us up to 534. I had it at 667 because you need 666 in order to be able to summon the demon. But the demon's fireballs kind of took care of that. Basically, what you need to do is surround the altars by a whole bunch of vegetation of different variations. So we got some blood logs here. We got, the fir trees. I've got some water back there, so I planted sugarcane. There's some crops. There's some mushrooms hiding around here somewhere. And it does a scan, I think, of a 24 block radius. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 all the way around. So basically, the more kind of diversity or biodiversity, I guess, the better in both type, like grass, flower, mushroom, tree, and within each category, like lots of different types of trees, lots of different types of flowers or plants and things like that. And that'll increase your number. I didn't get very high up, but I got enough to summon the demon in. We threw in the required items, spilt the villager blood, and the demon came in and, we were able to kill it to get its heart. Now, the way in which you make this circle here is just like it's explained in the book. I just put down some blocks to kind of mark it out. And basically the book just tells you what to do. And you see you have a center block here, which you put a gold marking on. That's with the chalks. And then 3 blocks out, you put a ring with red chalk, and then 2 blocks out of that, another ring with red chalk. That's just what we did here. Red chalk all the way around. I think different rituals will have different kind of chalk patterns. And that's about it. Demon comes, kill demon, collect heart, make broom. All right, let's head down the basement and get started on this quarry. This guy's going to be noisy the whole time, isn't he? Pretty cool. All right, you guys can stay. So first things first is we need to make ourselves a steam blast furnace. The blast furnace's structure is the same as the coke ovens, with bricks replaced by fire clay bricks and 1 extra hollow layer on top. All right, so the blast furnace is an upgrade to this that gets hot enough to make steel, to smelt steel. Needs at least 1 steel or higher tier hatch. So 3, I don't know what that means. Blast furnace. You chuck that guy in the middle, surround it by these. And you got yourself a steam blast furnace. And our item output hatch and item input hatch. Okay, now we just need to make the steam blast furnace. And I'm just going to build it here for now, perhaps centered. Maybe we want 2 of them. Once you put that in, now you can see the missing bricks. Item in and item out. Cool. Yikes, that is incredibly slow. So we'll collect our handy reward. I reached a goal. And I think I'm actually just going to set up 2 of these next to each other. Off camera, I don't need to bore you guys with it. All right, see you soon. Okay, so probably the saddest and least happy, fun, good time thing that could have happened, happened. Yeah, so I was, right after I stopped recording, I just cleared out a bit of space and somehow my other all-in-one tool, my great enchanted, mending and all that, it just disappeared. Checked every single crate. Like, I'm not kidding. 2 or 3 times. Then I loaded back in and I ran around hoping my magnet would pick it up. It's nowhere to be found. And by now it would have despawned. So I'm really sad about this. Really sad and bitter. All is not lost though. We can just make ourselves a new one and enchant that. I just wish I didn't have to. Let's just try it with this unbreaking. Unbreaking efficiency 4. I'll take it. I think we'll also add mending and charm to the thing. I think because it's enchanted, you can't upgrade it. Let's have a think here. Yeah, you go to smithing tape. Oh, can I? Can I keep my enchants? Oh, thank God. Oh my God. I don't know what I would have done then. All right, let's click on that. So I shouldn't look. I can't even press Q to get rid of it anymore. I'm going to lock that in place. I do not want to lose this one. I do not want to lose this one. Back to work. See you in a second. Okay, we've had disastrous indeed struck twice. Back to using a diamond pickaxe until I figure out what's wrong. We lost another all-in-one tool, another netherite enchanted all-in-one tool somehow. Hopefully either I'm a complete nincompoop and it's somewhere in one of these chests. Well, now I'd have two of them. I'll check the hoppers even. Am I trying to smelt them? No. Hopefully one or both of them show up and I can get back to using it. But until then, I'm a bit too nervous to craft another one. I think I'll make a backup of the world before I make another one. And then, yeah, let's see what happens. I decided we can do the kind of smelting, the furnacing over on the left-hand side. All these machines will eventually live in the middle. And this will look much prettier. And we'll have storage over here on the right. And we got space here for a third one even, which I think I'll do, but I'll take a little bit of time to get the resources for that. Okay, that should be working now. Oh! Auto import, auto export. Perfect. All right, so I've prettied it up a little bit. And now, as you can see, we've got 3 of these steam blast furnaces set up behind me with one of the old coal burning ones back there. At the moment, it's just kind of all jankily connected with the fluid pipes to the boiler, which is output in here. But as you can see, it cannot keep up with all the demand. So the fluid comes in, it gets put into the input hatches of all 4 machines. And we've got an output hatch here as well. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know what the steam blast furnaces output, some kind of liquid, but we'll take that out. If you use a different color fluid pipe, they don't interact, which is really, really cool. Otherwise, they can't be sharing the same pipe. Yeah, and we'll just store that fluid, whatever it is, in a big tank somewhere so we can further reprocess it later. I'm sure it's all useful. In addition to these fluid pipes, which transport fluid, we have these item pipes. And that's going to enable us to kind of get rid of or move away from this setup where I'm individually feeding these chests and, and also, what's wrong with you? Process. Oh, I suspect they're just out of steam. So yeah, we'll have to upgrade all these machines to the steel level where they operate much faster because clearly we're not producing enough steam to power these guys. But we can also use these item transfer pipes to basically just move away from the chests, and we just connect pipes up running down there, bada bim, and that'll take us part of the way towards automation. So the way in which you upgrade these bronze machines is with these steel upgrades. So you just chuck it together with one of the bronze machines from the Modpack, and it just upgrades to these steel variants. We'll have to calculate how many of these machines we're going to need based on the production of the quarry, and also like the processing speed of when we break down the ore into dust. And yeah, we want to make sure that we have enough steam to feed everything running all the time, but also enough of the macerators set up so that there's no backlog of items coming from the quarry. We don't want the quarry to be stuck at all. It's kind of like our core design feature is the quarry should be able to run full time without any backlogs. So let's just upgrade probably the most important machines first. And then I'll probably have to get my old high school maths textbooks out to do some calculations on what we're going to need. I haven't done that kind of maths in a while. And then we'll get a couple of these. Steel upgrades. Gives us 4. And then up here at our smoothing table, I'm pretty sure we just go... There's our steel water pump. There's our steel boiler. Now that you have steel, you can upgrade your bronze machines if you want. Steel machines can process recipes up to 4 EU a tick. So a steel water pump will produce twice as much water as its bronze counterpart, so up to 2 buckets every 5 seconds. Okay, so here's my idea. You'll notice that we've actually downgraded to iron now because I lost another item in my first inventory slot. I lost that diamond pickaxe. I've got no idea what's going on. It happened while I was crafting up another bronze furnace, so maybe that was it. Maybe I'll just have to leave the first inventory slot empty from now on until I can upgrade all the mods, because I'm fairly certain it's a bug and not me. But anyway, so here's my idea. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but from what I can tell, every 30 seconds, a bronze drill in a steam quarry has a chance to produce one of these items. So either 8 ore, 8 iron ore, 8 coal, etc. These have a 5% chance, and these ones down here have a little bit of a lower chance, like 2%. I suspect that also means that every 30 seconds there's quite a strong chance that nothing comes out. Or alternatively, if we're lucky enough, we might get, both 10 redstone ore and 8 iron ore. Now, once that stuff comes in, we want to process it. There's no use in us storing it in a state where we can't really do anything with it, right? We want to break it down into something that we can use. Of course, if you smelt it, it just gets 1-to-1. That's a real waste. Instead, what you want to do is put it in a macerator, and then that'll break down a single iron ore into, for instance, this is the recipe for iron, that other ore have different recipes. In 10 seconds, it'll turn 1 iron ore into 3 raw iron. And if you break that down again, each one has a chance to produce 1.5, basically. You can smelt the dust once you're done and then store the ingots. But you also want to store the dust because, well, for instance, uncooked steel dust comes from iron dust and coke dust. So the dust also has multiple purposes. So you're going to want to store that too. And as we said before, we want to make sure that the macerator is clear before the next quarry round of goods or items comes up to get processed. Now, a kind of a final consideration is we want to future-proof it just a little bit so that we don't have to come back and redesign the whole thing once we upgrade to, a second or a third quarry if we decide we want to add in some more. So I think the best thing to do would be, bam. I think this ought to do the job. Let's just see what this can do. So ore coming in from the quarry will get fed into this top macerator, which will convert it from its ore variant to its raw variant. And that will auto-eject into the second macerator, which will break down the raw, like for instance, the raw iron into iron dust. So the output or the product of our second macerator here will be shared amongst 2 cables. The first one taking it down into the smelter to smelt into ingots. The second cable taking it straight into storage over here. And these machines are all getting their steam from a little setup I have started down here. This will be our boiler room. So we've just got a water pump there, an infinite water source feeding into a boiler. We've got 2 at the moment, but when I get all the ingredients, I'll build 2 more. We want 4 in total, as I'm planning on having 16 machines. And, just want to be ready in case they're all running at once, for instance. So there's 4 of these ovens and then 12 other machines on the ready. And just to be 100% certain, I'm going to make another one of these arrays right next to it. And then we shouldn't have any problems processing everything that comes from the quarry. And if in the future we add, 2 or 3 more quarries to get more minerals, to get more ore, well, we can just create more and more of these. I think this is scalable. We'll see. Finally, there's a few quirks like coal, ruby, and redstone. We don't want that going into the smelter. In fact, it'll just clog up the smelter. So what we need to do is blacklist ruby and send it straight to the second macerator. And similarly, we'll blacklist redstone and coal from going down into the smelter, and that'll just come straight out of here. All right, I'll quickly set these filters up, and then we'll give it a spin and see if it all works. So on this second macerator, the outgoing item cable towards the furnace blacklists ruby dust, redstone dust, and coal dust, meaning the only way it can escape this machine is out this back door here. And similarly on the incoming pipe here, I've whitelisted, so only these items are allowed in. I've whitelisted both types of ruby just in case the quarry produces both types. That goes straight to the second macerator, and on that same cable, those 2 items are blacklisted on the top one. Okay, let's try this out. I just added coal dust down here with a filter on it. Even though it won't be stored there, it's actually going to go straight to the coke oven to get turned into coke dust. But for the purposes of testing, I just wanted to make sure that everything cleared properly as intended. So let's allow everything in and see how it goes. So iron gets in. Okay, ruby's already been processed. Iron gets pushed down to here. Nice. Anything smelting yet? Nothing gone to the smelter. Dust has gone down there. Everything seems to be working well. Nothing's jammed yet. Okay, this redstone should not go into the bottom. You can see it's emptying out. So that redstone's already going straight to storage there. Cool. I'd say that's a success. Oh, I'm so happy that works. It took a really long time, so really happy that it worked out in the end. So the steam quarry is now the final thing we need to craft, which requires this Invar rotary blade, which is 4 diamond dusts and an Invar gear. Invar is like a new mineral for us. It comes from It's a combination of, in the mixer, of iron and nickel. So I put some in there earlier and got a whole bunch. Smelted that up. Let's chuck it in the recipe book. Make one of them. Oh, isn't it pretty? And there's our steam quarry. We freaking did it. Okay, from Minecraft to craft. Yeah, no more mining for me. Now that we have everything, let me just clear out my inventory and have a little bit of a think on whether or not we actually want to go downstairs and set up the quarry. Because if it's a big job like all this was, then maybe we should save it for the next episode. But I'll have a think. You have a think. Your thoughts aren't going to have much of an impact on my decision, but I'll be right back after a good old think. All right, I had a think, and this is what I think. We're not going to do any more of this. I need to get out there, get some fresh air, have a bit of an adventure. So what I've done is I've just grabbed all the ore that the quarry would produce. We've chucked it in here. The redstone is just kind of like jamming everything up though, but it'll process eventually, and we'll let this fill up while we head outside. Every good adventurous morning needs to start off. These guys are synchronized. Anyway, while they have a nice daytime rest, I'll have myself a nice cup of coffee and get witching. So there's two things that I want to do for the rest of this episode, and they're both kind of in the vicinity of where we currently are. One of which is head down there, right above my head, to that underground temple. Well, leaving that aside, there's actually one more thing in this pack that we can get, and that is a pet. So if you tame a cat, you get, they scare off creepers and phantoms and helps you with your rituals. If you tame a raven, your curses last longer and you're defended against some curses. If you tame a snake, blah, blah, blah. But if you tame an owl, your brooms no longer cost ME, and also you take no fall damage as well. So that obviously sounds pretty cool, so I don't have to keep on coming back here to the island to regenerate that purple bar there on the left. Boop, 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 boop. Now I've just got to find an owl and also a rabbit, because it's raw rabbit that they like to eat. Have you guys seen any rabbits? Now I know for certain there's a rabbit here, but I don't like my chances because it's a killer bunny. I don't think we're leveled up enough to take that on yet. They're actually harder to find than you'd think. If you're going to do something, just do it properly the first time. Let's get them in there. I really can't afford to have these guys escape, so we're just going to give them a little light down there. Block it off. Plenty of carrots, and we'll come back when they're done. There we go. I can change it so that this chunk is force loaded, so these guys will keep on breeding while we're off on our adventures. Let's go on an underwater adventure. Now we should be fine taking on these guys, right? Yeah, no dramas. Would you believe me if I said I've never actually done one of these before? I think this whole place might be cursed. It looks like the terrain generation's kind of blocked off the entrance to it. You cannot win if you can't get in, so let's go try another one out. Don't these places have a front door? Dodge and weave, kmbles. Oh, here we have a front door. The other place probably had a front door as well. In we go. So I think my goal is to just dodge and weave everyone and keep water breathing. Oh, sponge room. Take me to your leader. More sponges. Am I blind? If I keep moving, they can't touch me, all right? Oh, where are you? I don't think... Oh, back at the entrance. You fooled me. I have to do this methodically. Hand on the left wall. Start swimming, right? That's the dead end. Any big guys in here? Where are the big guys? Okay, we're on the second floor. Is there a third floor? There's a third floor. Gonna have to keep my eye on the potions. Where's my dude? Where are you, my dude? Big bro? Ah, there you are. Okay. Ooh, better get my breath on. Right, that's one down. I wonder if there's any more. Poor thing. So that's this room. Fortunately, I'm not sure I can mark it. Hey, don't come back to this room. Just remember. No up here. I'm getting really dizzy in this place. Oh, we found another one. Oh, I think they've been killing themselves in the magma. Oh, that's great. That's a little farm there where these guys just kill themselves. Super handy. So there is another one around. Ooh, where is it? It's got to be some kind of... Oh, here we go. Maybe the final one. Let's finish him off with a big shot. Oh no, God, we just teleported through the wall. Does anyone remember how to get back? Just gonna have to follow my gut. My gut's telling me... Oh, my gut was wrong. I should probably get a better gut then. Oh, I'm blind. I should just look at the mini-map on the right there. Do you see it? So I think that means it's just around this corner, right? There it is. Sorry, friend. It is a game of mining, and that's... Like, are you going to deny me the ability to mine? I'm sorry. Could that be it? Now I think we just have to wait till this mining fatigue runs off. Sadly, I haven't seen a single loot chest though, so maybe this is just... Maybe this structure's just purely vanilla. Which is cool. I mean, I've never taken one on before, so I'm happy that we did. It's just a shame there's nothing bonusy, you know? Mining fatigue has worn off. That means we're now free to start demolishing this place. Apparently I had a second pick. This looks like some kind of treasure room, right? Oh, we gotta breathe. Oh, yummy! I'll be taking those. I don't think you guys need them anymore. Right, we'll grab up these sponges. Sorry, sponges. Alright, I think that probably marks the end of our underwater adventure. It's a shame that there wasn't anything super cool here. And it's a shame that the weather's so crappy. Alright, that wasn't bad. I had a good time. And we got plenty of blocks, which is nice, always nice. Just got a little makeshift trading station here. As I'm after crying obsidian, there we go, 4. I need 3 of it to make this dark enchanter. A kind soul in the comments told us that you can use the dark enchanter to strip enchants off gear without destroying the gear. So hopefully that works as expected, and hopefully I can pull off just individual things. Like if I could pull off perhaps bouncy, that might be good. I don't really enjoy it. While we're down here waiting, it's probably a good time to collect all these rewards. Yeah. For making item transportation, we get some blue dye and a slice of pumpkin. And what's this guy going to give us? A diamond crate and a burnable generator. I take it you don't burn the generator itself. That diamond crate gave us iron ingots. No huge surprises, but these 19 crying obsidian was definitely worth it. So if you ever need crying obsidian, that's probably the way to go. So we need an enchanting table and a dark enchanter. Just put it here. Dark enchanter. Let's use something that's not precious to us. Mending on a pair of leather pants. So dark enchanter. Oh, you get discounts if it's near bookshelves. Repair cost, receive cost. A dark enchanter. Choose your way of enchantment. It's not super descriptive though. Let's strip off this protection 2. Oh, I could do that and it would cost a hell of a lot, but you can just give it things. That's insane. To strip it off, you pay this much. I obviously didn't get a book for it. Okay, so I think what you do is I'll need to surround this by bookshelves like we do the regular enchanter. That'll give us a much bigger bookshelf discount. And then we can do things like strip off individual thingies. I don't know what R does. I hesitate to press it on my good armor. Let's go see how our rabbits are doing. Oh, very good, apparently. Whoa, get back in there. Okay, I think we've got our first volunteers. Come back here. You can't hide from me. Durability is in the negative. 5 raw rabbit. If this doesn't get us what we need, I don't know what will. There's an owl just over here. Hey, owlie boy. 2, 3. Oh, 3 was enough. What do I do now? I've got myself an owl. Now what? It just listens to me. I can tell it to sit or follow. Owls are usually active during the night and usually spawn in forests and tigers. They drop feathers. Owls can be tamed and then bred. As a possible familiar, I have to bind myself to it with a ritual and a demon heart. I'm sorry for getting your hopes up, everyone. Well, we've got an owl. That's a start. How about we craft up a white glider? For that we need string, leather, and wool. A left and a right. And you put those two together to get a glider. Can we dye it? No, it's not an ingredient in anything else. How does this glider work? Held by a player will allow them to glide through the skies. That's cool. So we should be good to go. Have to right-click it. Whoa, and it's really fast. And I'm like doing like a head dive. Oh my god, this might be the way to get around. It's much quicker than I thought it would be. Friggin' Birdman. It's actually really fun. When you're bored of it, you just teleport your ass home. I think the final thing to do today is probably just head down here and see how our smelting has been going. I have to confess, I actually forgot to load this chunk in when we went down to the underwater temple building thing. So it's still getting through them all. And now it's chosen to do copper, but it's doing a pretty good job. And you can see things are actually coming through. Like we've got over 3,000. Over 3,000 redstone. So a steel barrel can store up to 128 stacks. So that's let's see, 128 times by 64 is 8,192. Oh, so clearly that's not enough. Thankfully, there's these blocks called packers, or machines called packers, which according to the book do exactly what they sound like. A new machine only available in steel can perform simple crafts for you. All right, so we're obviously just going to have to compress this down to block form so it can store 9 times as much. All right, that's the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit of a shame that we ran out of time and didn't get a chance to set up the quarry, but that can always be top of the list for next episode. Probably no video from me for about a week, as I'm off on a much needed and much deserved, well, maybe not deserved, but a much needed holiday to Tasmania for a couple of days, which is bound to interfere with my regular 2 videos a week kind of schedule. I've been trying to convince Sweet Marceline to jump on the account and fill in during my absence, but I wouldn't hold my breath. She's not the most reliable cat. All right, all together now. We'll do the usual sign-off. 1, 2, 3. Keep on frogging and keep on frogging and be singing that soggin'. And if you got a good nuggin for Tasmania, you're longing, just get out of here, will ya?